The Trials of the Frostbound Path. The friends pressed on, the frostbound path stretching endlessly before them. The path was treacherous, winding through narrow ice canyons and over precarious bridges of packed snow. The wind howled like a living creature, biting at their faces and hands, but the pendant around Minnie's neck glowed steadily, its warmth a comforting presence. Aurora, with her keen senses, led the way, her eyes scanning the path for any signs of danger. "Stay close," she warned, her voice barely audible over the wind. "The frostbound path is known for its illusions. We must be vigilant." As they walked, the landscape around them began to shift and change. The ice formations seemed to twist and warp, creating mirages that danced in the corner of their eyes. Pip, ever curious, reached out to touch one of the shimmering walls, only to find it was nothing more than a trick of the light. "Wow, that's amazing!" he exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's like a magic trick!" Finn, ever the inventor, was fascinated by the illusions. "These are incredible," he said, his mind racing with possibilities. "I wonder if we could harness this kind of magic for our own use." Minnie, ever the voice of reason, smiled gently. "Let's focus on getting through this first, Finn. We can explore the magic later." As they continued, the illusions grew more intense. Shadows flitted at the edge of their vision, and strange whispers echoed through the air, calling their names and urging them to stray from the path. Mickey, feeling a sense of unease, tightened his grip on Minnie's hand. "We can't let these illusions distract us. We have to keep moving." Aurora nodded, her expression serious. "The frostbound path is testing us. It wants to lead us astray, to trap us in its illusions." Finn, ever the problem solver, had an idea. "What if we use the pendant to create a barrier, something to protect us from the illusions?" Minnie nodded, her eyes filled with determination. "It's worth a try. We have to stay focused." The friends gathered close, and Minnie held the pendant aloft. Its glow intensified, casting a warm, golden light that enveloped them like a protective cocoon. The illusions flickered and faded, unable to penetrate the pendant's magic. With the illusions held at bay, the friends continued their journey, their hearts filled with renewed determination. The path was still treacherous, but they pressed on, their bond growing stronger with each step. The glacial cavern and the frozen guardian. After what felt like an eternity, the friends reached the end of the frostbound path and found themselves standing before a massive glacial cavern. The entrance was a gaping maw, dark and foreboding, but the pendant's glow illuminated the way forward. As they stepped inside, the air grew colder, and the cavern walls glistened with a faint, eerie light. The friends moved cautiously, their footsteps echoing in the vast, open space. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a deep, rumbling growl echoed through the cavern. The friends froze, their hearts pounding with fear and anticipation. From the shadows emerged a massive, frozen creature guardian of the cavern, its body made of solid ice and its eyes glowing with an ancient, otherworldly light. The creature spoke, its voice like the crackling of ice. "Who dares enter the glacial cavern? What is your purpose here?" Minnie, ever the brave, stepped forward, her voice steady and clear. "We are the guardians of the pendant, and we seek the heart of winter. We mean no harm." The frozen guardian regarded them with a piercing gaze. "The pendant has chosen you, but you must prove yourselves worthy. The heart of winter is not easily found." Finn, ever the inventor, had an idea. "What if we use the pendant's magic to communicate with the guardian? Maybe we can find a way to pass through." Minnie nodded, holding the pendant up. Its glow intensified, and a soft, melodic hum filled the air. The guardian paused, its expression softening slightly. "You have the magic of the pendant, but you must also have the wisdom to use it," the guardian said, its voice less harsh. "Answer this riddle, and you may pass." The friends listened intently as the guardian recited the riddle. "I am not alive, but I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I?" The friends exchanged glances, their minds racing. It was Pip who spoke up first. "Fire! It's fire!" The guardian nodded, a hint of a smile on its icy lips. "Correct. You may pass." The friends let out a collective sigh of relief as the guardian stepped aside, allowing them to enter the heart of the cavern. The heart of winter beckons. With the riddle solved and the frozen guardian stepping aside, the friends cautiously entered the heart of the glacial cavern. The air was even colder here, and their breath formed clouds in the frigid atmosphere. The cavern walls glistened with a faint, ethereal light, casting an otherworldly glow that illuminated their path. As they ventured deeper, the cavern opened up into a vast chamber, its ceiling soaring high above them. In the center of the chamber stood a magnificent structure, unlike anything they had ever seen. It was a crystalline formation, towering and majestic, with intricate patterns etched into its surface. The formation pulsed with a soft, rhythmic light, matching the glow of the pendant around Minnie's neck. Minnie gasped, her eyes wide with awe. "It's beautiful," she whispered, her voice filled with wonder. "Is this the heart of winter?" Aurora, who had been quietly observing, nodded. "Yes, this is it. The heart of winter is the source of all magic in the winter realm. It's the balance point, the core that keeps everything in harmony." Finn, ever the inventor, was already examining the crystalline structure with great interest. "It's incredible," he said, his eyes scanning the intricate patterns. "The magic here is unlike anything I've ever seen." Pip, ever the optimist, grinned. "So, what do we do now? How do we use the pendant to help the heart?" Mickey, ever the leader, took a deep breath. "We need to be careful. The pendant is connected to the heart, but we don't know what will happen if we interfere." Minnie nodded, her expression thoughtful. "Maybe we should try to communicate with it. The pendant might help us understand what the heart needs." The friends gathered around the crystalline formation, the pendant's glow intensifying as they approached. Minnie held it up, focusing her thoughts and intentions, trying to connect with the magic of the heart. As she did, the pendant began to pulse with a bright, rhythmic light, casting a warm, golden glow over the chamber. The crystalline formation responded, its patterns shifting and changing, as if alive and aware of their presence. Aurora, with her deep connection to the natural world, closed her eyes and listened. "The heart is speaking to us," she said, her voice filled with awe. "It's asking for our help." Finn adjusted his glasses, his mind racing. If the heart is asking for help, it must be in trouble. Maybe the balance is shifting, and it needs us to restore it. Minnie, feeling a deep connection to the magic, nodded. "We need to understand what the heart needs. The pendant is the key." The friends focused their thoughts, channeling their energy and intentions into the pendant. As they did, the crystalline formation began to glow more brightly, and a soft, melodic hum filled the air. The balance of magic. The hum grew louder, and the friends felt a surge of warmth and energy flowing through them. The pendant's glow intensified, casting a radiant light that illuminated the entire chamber. Aurora, with her heightened senses, felt a shift in the air. "The balance is shifting," she said, her voice filled with urgency. "The heart is struggling to maintain its harmony." Finn, ever the scholar, was already thinking ahead. "We need to use the pendant to amplify the heart's magic. If we can strengthen its power, we might be able to restore the balance." Minnie, ever the optimist, smiled encouragingly. "We can do it. We just need to work together." The friends joined hands, forming a circle around the crystalline formation. They focused their thoughts and intentions, channeling their energy into the pendant. As they did, the pendant's glow merged with the light of the heart, creating a dazzling display of colors and patterns. The friends felt a deep connection to the magic of the heart, as if they were part of something much larger than themselves. They could feel the pulse of the winter realm, the heartbeat of the earth, and the breath of the wind. Aurora, with her deep understanding of the natural world, guided them. "Focus on the balance," she said, her voice calm and steady. "Feel the harmony and let the magic flow through you." The friends concentrated, their minds and hearts working as one. The pendant's light pulsed in time with the heart, and the chamber was filled with a warm, golden glow. As they worked, the crystalline formation began to shift and change, its patterns becoming more intricate and beautiful. The friends felt a sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that they were restoring the balance of magic. The restoration of harmony. As the friends continued to focus their energy and intentions, the pendant's glow reached a crescendo, casting a brilliant golden light throughout the chamber. The crystalline formation of the heart of winter pulsed in perfect harmony with the pendant, its intricate patterns shifting and swirling in a mesmerizing dance of light and color. Aurora, with her deep connection to the natural world, sensed a change in the air. "The balance is returning," she said, her voice filled with relief and wonder. "The heart is responding to our magic." Finn, ever the inventor, watched in awe as the pendant and the heart worked in unison. "It's incredible," he said, his eyes wide with amazement. "The pendant is amplifying the heart's magic, and it's restoring the balance." Minnie, feeling a deep sense of connection to the magic, smiled. "We're doing it! We're helping the heart restore its harmony." Mickey, ever the leader, nodded, his heart filled with determination. "We can't stop now. We need to make sure the balance is fully restored." The friends continued to channel their energy into the pendant, their minds and hearts working as one. The pendant's light grew brighter and brighter, and the crystalline formation responded in kind, its patterns becoming more vibrant and alive. As they worked, the chamber began to resonate with a soft, melodic hum, a sound that filled the air with warmth and peace. The friends felt a profound sense of joy and fulfillment, knowing that they were part of something truly magical. The gift of the heart. After what felt like an eternity, the crystalline formation's light began to stabilize, its patterns settling into a beautiful, harmonious design. The pendant's glow softened, its light now a gentle, comforting warmth. Aurora, sensing that the balance had been restored, opened her eyes and smiled. "We've done it," she said, her voice filled with pride and relief. "The heart of winter is balanced once more." Finn, ever the scholar, examined the pendant and the heart, his mind racing with possibilities. The pendant's magic is incredible. "It's not just a tool, it's a living extension of the heart." Minnie, feeling a deep connection to the magic, nodded. "The pendant is a part of the heart, and we've used it to restore the balance. It's amazing." Pip, ever the optimist, grinned. "And we did it together. We make a great team." Mickey, ever the leader, smiled at his friends. "We couldn't have done it without all of you. We're a family, and together we can accomplish anything." As the friends celebrated their victory, the heart of winter began to glow with a soft, radiant light. The crystalline formation pulsed gently, and a warm, melodic hum filled the air. Aurora, sensing that something special was about to happen, watched in awe as the heart's light enveloped the friends. "The heart is thanking us," she said, her voice filled with wonder. The friends felt a surge of warmth and energy, and the pendant around Minnie's neck began to glow more brightly. The heart of winter was sharing its magic with them, a gift of gratitude for restoring its balance. Minnie felt a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, and she knew that the magic of the heart would stay with them forever. "We've been given a great gift," she said, her voice filled with awe. "The magic of the heart is now a part of us." Finn, ever the inventor, was already thinking ahead. "With this magic, we can do so much. We can protect the balance of winter, and we can help others." Mickey nodded, his heart filled with determination. "And we will. We've been given a responsibility, and we won't let the heart down." The journey home and new beginnings. With the heart of winter restored and the magic of the pendant now a part of them, the friends made their way out of the glacial cavern. The path back through the frostbound path was easier now, the illusions no longer a threat, and the wind seemed to guide them gently on their way. As they traveled, the friends talked about their journey and the incredible things they had experienced. They had faced challenges, discovered ancient magic, and formed unbreakable bonds with each other. Aurora, with her deep understanding of the natural world, spoke up. "The magic of the heart is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. We must use it wisely and protect the balance of winter." Finn, ever the inventor, nodded. "And we can use it to help others. We can use the pendant to guide us, to find those in need, and to bring joy and magic to the world." Minnie, feeling a deep sense of purpose, smiled. "We have a new adventure ahead of us. We can explore the world, discover new places, and share the magic of the heart with everyone." Mickey, ever the leader, nodded, his heart filled with excitement. "And we can make new friends, face new challenges, and continue our journey together." The friends continued their journey, their hearts filled with joy and anticipation. They knew that their adventure was far from over, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Whispering Shadows. The friends journeyed back through the frostbound path, the path now illuminated by the soft golden glow of the pendant. The illusions that once plagued their path had vanished, replaced by a serene, almost magical tranquility. The wind whispered through the ice formations, carrying with it the faintest hint of a melody, as if the very air was celebrating their victory. As they walked, Aurora, who had been unusually quiet, suddenly paused. Her ears twitched, and she turned her head, listening intently. "Do you hear that?" she asked, her voice tinged with concern. The others stopped, straining to hear. At first, there was nothing but the gentle rustle of the wind, but then they heard a faint, whispering sound, like voices carried on the breeze. Mickey frowned, his eyes scanning the icy landscape. "What is that? It sounds like voices." Finn, ever the inventor, pulled out the Adventure Locator 3000, its screen flickering with a soft light. "The locator is picking up some strange readings," he said, his brow furrowed in concentration. "It's like there's a disturbance in the magic." Minnie, feeling a sense of unease, held the pendant tighter. "The balance we restored. Could it be under threat again?" Aurora nodded, her expression serious. "The balance of magic is delicate. The shadows of the past may still linger, seeking to regain their power." Pip, ever the optimist, tried to lighten the mood. "Well, we defeated the shadow of winter once. We can do it again, right?" Mickey, ever the leader, took a deep breath. "We have to be prepared for anything. The pendant is our guide, and we have to trust in its magic." As they continued their journey, the whispering grew louder, more insistent. The friends could make out words now, faint and unintelligible, but filled with a sense of urgency and longing. Aurora, with her keen senses, listened closely. "They're calling for help," she said, her voice filled with compassion. "The shadows are not just remnants of the past. They're trapped, longing to be free." Finn adjusted the settings on the Adventure Locator 3000, its screen displaying a series of glowing points. "The locator is showing multiple sources of magic," he said, his eyes scanning the readings. "They're scattered, but they're all connected to the heart of winter." Minnie, feeling a deep connection to the magic, closed her eyes and focused. "We have to help them. The pendant can guide us." The friends gathered around, their hearts filled with determination. They knew that their journey was not yet over, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Shadow's Lament. The friends followed the guidance of the pendant and the Adventure Locator 3000, their path leading them deeper into the heart of the winter realm. The landscape grew more desolate, the air filled with a chilling silence that seemed to echo with the whispers of the shadows. As they traveled, the whispers grew louder, more distinct. The friends could hear the shadows lament, their voices filled with sorrow and longing. "Please, help us," the shadows whispered, their words carried on the wind. "We are lost, trapped between worlds. We seek redemption, a chance to find peace." Aurora, with her deep understanding of the natural world, felt a pang of sympathy. They are not just shadows. They are the spirits of those who have been lost to the winter realm, longing for release. Finn, ever the scholar, nodded. The heart of winter is not just a source of magic. It's a bridge between worlds. The shadows are drawn to it, seeking a way to move on. Minnie, feeling a deep sense of compassion, held the pendant up. "We can help them. The pendant can guide us, and we can offer them the peace they seek." The friends continued their journey, their hearts filled with a sense of purpose. They followed the whispers, their path leading them to a hidden valley shrouded in mist and shadow. In the center of the valley stood a circle of ancient stones, their surfaces etched with runes that glowed faintly in the dim light. The friends approached the circle, feeling the weight of the magic that surrounded them. Aurora, with her deep connection to the natural world, spoke softly. "This is a sacred place. The stones are a gateway, a portal to the realm of the shadows." Finn, ever the inventor, examined the runes with great interest. "The pendant can activate the portal," he said, his eyes scanning the ancient symbols. "But we have to be careful. The balance is delicate." Minnie, feeling a deep sense of responsibility, nodded. "We can help them find peace. We just have to trust in the magic." The Gateway of Whispers. The ancient stones stood solemnly in the center of the hidden valley, their surfaces etched with glowing runes that pulsed with a soft, rhythmic light. The air was thick with magic, and the whispers of the shadows grew louder, more insistent, as if pleading for release. Minnie, holding the pendant tightly, felt a deep sense of empathy for the lost spirits. "We have to help them," she said, her voice filled with determination. "They've been trapped for so long." Aurora, with her deep connection to the natural world, nodded. "The pendant is the key. It can open the gateway and guide the spirits to their rightful place." Finn, ever the inventor, examined the runes closely. "The symbols are a map," he said, his eyes scanning the intricate patterns. "They show the way to the realm of the shadows, but also the path back." Pip, ever the optimist, looked at his friends with wide eyes. "So, we just have to follow the map and help the shadows find their way home?" Mickey, ever the leader, took a deep breath. "It's not going to be easy. We have to be careful and make sure we don't disrupt the balance." The friends gathered around the circle of stones, the pendant's glow intensifying as they approached. Minnie held it aloft, focusing her thoughts and intentions, channeling the magic of the heart of winter. As she did, the runes on the stones began to glow more brightly, casting a warm, golden light that illuminated the valley. The whispers of the shadows grew softer, as if sensing the presence of hope. Aurora, with her keen senses, felt a shift in the air. "The gateway is opening," she said, her voice filled with awe. "The pendant is guiding us." Finn, ever the scholar, watched in amazement as the runes shifted and changed, forming a glowing path that led into the heart of the circle. "It's like a portal," he said, his eyes wide with wonder, "a doorway to another realm." Minnie, feeling a deep connection to the magic, nodded. "We have to be brave. The spirits are counting on us." The friends stepped forward, their hearts filled with a sense of purpose and determination. As they crossed the threshold of the circle, the world around them shifted and changed. The realm of shadows. The friends found themselves in a vast ethereal landscape, a realm of shadows and light. The sky was a swirling mass of colors, and the ground was a soft, misty expanse that seemed to stretch into infinity. The whispers of the shadows were all around them, their voices filled with longing and sorrow. "Help us," they pleaded, their words echoing in the air. "Show us the way." Aurora, with her deep understanding of the natural world, listened intently. "The shadows are lost," she said, her voice filled with compassion. "They need us to guide them." Finn, ever the inventor, examined the landscape with great interest. "The pendant is reacting to the magic here," he said, his eyes scanning the readings on the Adventure Locator 3000. "It's like a beacon, showing us the path." Minnie, feeling a deep sense of empathy, held the pendant up. "We have to help them find peace," she said, her voice filled with determination. "The pendant can show us the way." The friends followed the guidance of the pendant, its glow leading them through the ethereal landscape. The shadows swirled around them, their forms shifting and changing, as if trying to find a way to communicate. As they walked, the friends noticed that the shadows were not just formless masses. They were the spirits of those who had been lost to the winter realm, creatures of magic, travelers, and even some who had been trapped by accident. Aurora, with her gentle nature, spoke softly to the shadows. "We are here to help you. The pendant will guide you home." The shadows responded with a soft, melodic hum, their forms beginning to glow with a warm, golden light. The friends felt a sense of hope and joy, knowing that they were making a difference. The journey home. The friends continued their journey, guiding the shadows through the realm of shadows and light. The pendant's glow led the way, its magic creating a path that led back to the circle of stones. As they traveled, the shadows began to change, their forms becoming more defined, more alive. The friends could see glimpses of the creatures they once were: elves, fairies, and other magical beings. Minnie, feeling a deep connection to the magic, smiled. "We're doing it. We're helping them find their way home." Mickey, ever the leader, nodded, his heart filled with pride. "We couldn't have done it without all of you. We're a team, and together, we can accomplish anything." Finn, ever the inventor, was already thinking ahead. "We can use the pendant to help others, too. We can guide lost spirits, restore balance, and bring magic to the world." Pip, ever the optimist, grinned. "And we can have more adventures. There's so much more to discover." The friends reached the circle of stones, the path leading them back to the world they knew. The shadows followed, their forms glowing brightly, filled with hope and anticipation. As they crossed the threshold, The world shifted once more, and the friends found themselves back in the hidden valley, the circle of stones standing solemnly around them. The shadows, now glowing with a warm golden light, began to rise into the air, their forms dissolving into the sky. The friends watched in awe as the spirits found peace, their journey finally at an end.